Yeah, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Top Lord of Underdog Views, and I watched the movie Kill List from 2011 with the tagline, "Who's next?" This was a British movie, and sometimes I legit couldn't understand them. But definitely in the first 2 minutes, because the first 2 minutes I didn't have subtitles, so when they were screaming something, there's they screamed so British that I couldn't understand what the fuck they were saying. Uh, the accent was so thick. But let's just start with the movie, shall we? We see a woman in a doorway of the bathroom, and she is screaming about it's all gone. What's all gone? Then we hear a guy scream back. Basically, how? How is that possible? We say then, the guy, and now we're in another room, and we see a kid laying on the ground, a bit in boredom, playing with his toys, while we hear in the background, while he's not really exciting playing with toys, but really bored, and in the background we hear them still scream, but it's a bit more muffled, like, we're on a different floor, so they're probably screaming upstairs while we are laying downstairs, maybe, or it's just through the wall. I don't know. We could hear it, but it was a bit faint. It was not definitely not in the same room, or in the next room, maybe. Anyway, the woman we see then the woman walk through the doorway and ask if the kid is alright. We don't hear an answer from the kid, but we hear the guy say, "It doesn't make sense." What the fuck doesn't make sense? But we're gonna leave it at that, because if you want to know what's gonna happen next, watch the movie yourself. There was a guy in this movie. He didn't came a lot. He did had a big role in this movie, but he kind of reminded me of Joe Biden. This is definitely 2011, so this is 14 years ago, but just his face, how he looks, it reminded me so much of Biden. Here's the tip: if you're in a restaurant and you don't work there, you're not part of the staff or the crew, or whatever you want to call them, don't play your fucking guitar, please. And maybe don't play about Jesus, because okay, if you do it maybe in the south, it's in the south from America, in the southern states, it's maybe more appreciated, maybe like in Texas or something like that. But if you're in the UK or something like that, or just on average, don't do it. Don't play a guitar in a restaurant, because no, just no. We're here to eat. We're not here to hear you play and sing. No, I don't want that. I don't want that kind of shit. Please stop. The movie's name is Kill List, so obviously it's kind of about maybe hitman. the first was a priest, and when the priest saw him, he said, "Thank you," and then the guy pulled the trigger. But why? Then the second guy, who was a pedophile, who tortures maybe also, I don't know. We obviously didn't see the pictures, but also, when the second guy was out, because our guy Jay was with his friend Gal, were there, they both were doing the job, and when Gal was going for the safe, the naughty man said, "I know who you are. I know who you really are. Thank you." And then Jay took a hammer and smashed the guy's knee. And we took his arm and laid it on the table and smashed his hands, his fingers with the hammer. And then he still said, "Thank you." But, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? And why the fuck do you say thank you? But why did both say thank you? It's kind of weird, you're about to get killed and you say thank you to the one who's, it's kind of weird, Maybe you want to die, or maybe you admire the person, I don't know. But it's kind of weird, Well, okay, this may be super dark, but if you're, maybe suicidal, and you get targeted by a killer, would you say thank you? Because you were about to do the deed, but now he or she is doing the deeds instead of you, And back to the movie, it was from that second naughty man, after the second time he said thank you, Jay laid his head of the man on the table and start to smash the skull in. And we saw the first 2 hits or 3 hits, we saw those, and with the first hit, a piece of skin with hair was flying a bit loose, still attached to the head, but flying loose. Jesus Christ, why? I shouldn't say that, because when I see art, sawing that girl in half, in Terrifier 1, I was really like, I was more like, oh, okay, or when that shit happened, in a Serbian, it's a Serbian in a Serbian film, when all that shit happened. I was all like, well, maybe from some parts, I don't know, I can't remember, I don't think so, but we still fucked up. And there was an end scene of this movie, near the ending, very, the last few minutes. It kind of also reminded me of a Serbian film. My mind went to that because, in a Serbian film, the guy banged while he was high on drugs. Banged his wife and his kid. And in this movie, that didn't happen, but he stabbed his wife and his kid. Because it was all cold-ish at the end, and when he saw his wife looked up and she was laughing, out loud, ha 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 ha, like it was part of her plan. This was so confusing. The ending was so fucking confusing. And why the fuck did they say thank you? Were they part of the cult? Well, because Gal's girlfriend, Fiona, she put a kind of a mark on the back of a mirror in the bathroom, and took part of, because he just cut himself, while shaving, took part of the bloody cloth, or bloody tissues, and stuffed them in her bra, and took them home. What the fuck is happening? This is not just a movie about a hitman. What I thought it would be. But the movie was really exciting. For Kill List, very exciting. The movie title was very exciting, not the movie itself. The movie title was very exciting. For Kill List, what's gonna happen? But the movie itself, it was rather okay. It was not really for yes, but it was from confusing. More confusing for the fuck. But I'm also gonna leave it at that, because if you want to know what's gonna happen next, watch the movie yourself, obviously. But don't forget to leave likes, recommend a good Hitman movie down below in the comment section, subscribe to the channel, come join the Discord, and see you guys later for Twilight Zone episode 17. And otherwise, I see you guys tomorrow for Nacho Libre. Bye.